In this video we're going to look at some sentences in the Irish language, and I'm going to translate these sentences and give you some tips on the verbs, the word order and the general structure of these sentences and phrases. If you would like to learn more about the Irish language, then consider subscribing to my channel by hitting that subscribe button and also the bell notification where you can be notified on your phone whenever I upload a new video. And very quickly, I just want to say a special thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. I really appreciate your backing, so thanks a million. So let's get on to our sentences. Let's look at these two here first of all. So firstly, Chuala mé an scéal faoi Mháire. And the other one, Chuala mé an scéal faoin galín. So we'll notice there that they're very similar, but they're slightly different. Let's look at the first one first of all. So, Chuala mé an scéal faoi Mháire means I heard the story about Mary. Let's look at it word by word. So, Chuala mé is the past tense of to hear basically. So, Chuala comes from the Irish verb clish, which is to hear. Clish. Mé then is a pronoun for me. So it's saying I heard. An scéal, the story. An scéal. Faoi Mháire is about Mary. Now, Mháire can be pronounced Uaireanta as well, like a W sound, it's no problem. Faoi is about, as I said, but it can also mean, as well as meaning about, it can also be under. So it has that kind of double meaning. So the first phrase there again, Chuala mé an scéal faoi Mháire. I heard the story about Mary. Now let's look at the second sentence. Now, Chuala mé an scéal faoin galín. So this means I heard the story about the girl. Chuala mé again is the past tense as we mentioned a few moments ago. It's the past tense of hear. So I heard. An scéal again, the story. Faoin galín, about the girl. So we'll notice there that faoi has changed to faoin in this stage. That's because faoi means about or under, as I said, and faoin with the N means about the or under the. So we don't say faoi on because that wouldn't be correct. We put faoi and on together, and together they make, I suppose you call it a new word called faoin. Faoin. It's easier to say and it makes for a more flowing conversation. Faoin. That's why it's Chuala mé an scéal faoin galín. I heard the story about the girl. Faoi on its own, as you'll have noticed there in the first one, initiates a scéal on Mháire. So Mháire becomes Mháire or Uaireanta. So faoi brings a scéal to the next word. That's providing the next word can take a scéal or a H, and then faoin will initiate an uru, which is an eclipse. So it's not faoin calín, it's faoin galín. The faoin will bring this uru in front of the first letter of the following word. An uru is also called an eclipse, so the G eclipses the rest of the word there, and it's galín instead of calín. Our next two sentences then, Uaireanta cuireann sé isteach orm. Chuir sé isteach go mór orm. So the first one there, Uaireanta cuireann sé isteach orm, that means sometimes it bothers me or it annoys me. Sometimes it bothers me. The second one, chuir sé isteach go mór orm, that means it annoyed me greatly, like the past tense. It bothered me greatly. So let's look at the first phrase there, Uaireanta cuireann sé isteach orm. So the first word there is Uaireanta. You might notice the word ur at the start there. So that's in reference to time. It's the Irish for time basically, or an hour. So Uaireanta means sometimes, or from time to time, or on occasion. Cuireann is the present tense of the Irish verb cuir, which is to put. So cuireann is like present tense. So cuireann sé isteach orm means it puts inside me, or it puts something within me. It's kind of it's just the way it comes across in English, but in Irish it's quite normal to have a phrase like that. It just sounds a little bit strange when you translate it into English, but as I always say in the comment section, Irish and English are completely different languages. Uaireanta cuireann sé isteach orm. Sometimes it annoys me. So just back there, so just to go through that word by word there. Uaireanta, sometimes. Cuireann is the present tense of to put. So cuireann sé, it puts, present tense. Isteach means inside or going in, and orm is the preposition for me. Uaireanta cuireann sé isteach orm. Sometimes it annoys me. Our next one then. Chuir sé isteach go mór orm. So let's go down through that word by word. Chuir sé, that's it put, the past tense, or it inserted if you were to translate it directly. Isteach again means inside or going in, and then go mór means a lot, and orm is again the preposition for me. So it's literally saying it put inside a lot. It put inside me a lot. Chuir sé isteach go mór orm. So both of those use the Irish verb cuir, which is to put, and are both quite handy and convenient phrases anyway. Moving on to our next sentence then. So here it is. Bhí faoisimh scéal go bhfuair sí míniú a tinnis. So let's translate that immediately. Sheila was relieved that she got an explanation for her illness. So let's go down through it word by word. Firstly, bhí is the past tense of the Irish verb to be, basically, of the Irish verb be, which is to be. So bhí faoisimh. Faoisimh is relief. Scéal, that means on Sheila, because in Irish feelings are very much on you or upon you. Go bhfuair sí, that she got. So bhfuair there, it comes from the Irish verb faoi, which is to get. It's an irregular verb, and that's partly why it mutates into go bhfuair there. So go bhfuair sí míniú, so that she got an explanation. So míniú is the Irish for an explanation, and it's also the verbal noun for explaining. So ag míniú is explaining. As I said, it comes from the Irish verb mínig, which is to explain. A tinnis then, that means for her illness or for her ailment. So a means for her, so it's kind of, it's relating to the situation she's in. The a there is I suppose you'd call it a possessive pronoun, because it's like mo, do, and then a and a are for him and her. So this possessive pronoun explains that it's Sheila here who we're talking about, and it's her illness basically. Tinnis, as I said, is ailment or illness or some sickness of some sort. So bhí faoisimh scéal go bhfuair sí míniú a tinnis. Sheila was relieved that she got an explanation for her illness or for her ailment. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Slán tamó.